All right, guys, we are back. Daytona drivers are in their qualifying. Give me a little bit. I'm trying to have to deal with some class stuff here. Just half a second to give this guy a file. Mention that he had where did I put it at? Maybe it was somewhere here somewhere. Where would I put it to? This is where it is, so let me copy all of this over and put it on the file for our class. Takes me a little bit to do. Drivers looks like they just got done with their qualifying there. Well, the qualifying results for them, however, sorry about that. So first is Michael Groen Jr., second Gabriel Ellison, third Joseph Pliger, fourth Stu Leslie, fifth Doug Newbigin, sixth Clinton Sneed, seventh Jonathan Duncan, eighth Doug Denias, ninth Joey Okapin, 10th Zachary Hockemeyer, 11th Brian Knoll, 12th Matthew Ayla, and 13th James Nelson. Those two guys on the bottom will beat race control, so they do not matter in this race. Get to the grid here. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm having to deal with some class stuff here and there. What did I have it shared to? No, I put it on here somewhere. I just opened it. It looks like, yeah, that paint scheme is not loading in. That is not the right paint scheme for the 29 there at all. Looks like it might be running a different paint scheme the way it's looking. No, trading paints is not wanting to work here. Give me a minute. That is not supposed to happen. Yeah, we're gonna see if that works. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with trading paints right now. That is not supposed to be doing this. Looks like the 29. If I had to guess, because you see some of them are loading in, looks like maybe the 29 possibly changed his paint scheme. But I don't think that they would have. Yeah, because some of them are loading in, so some of these guys may have changed it, and oh, it's still loading for me, so I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, it looks like I'm just going to have to keep on refreshing. But pace car pulls off, and we are underway here at Talladega. Drafting is going to be a huge factor here. I'm going to keep trying to get, looks like it's freezing at some of the guys' paints here. But some of these guys, the paint scheme that they're running is not what they're running. The 29 runs a completely different paint scheme than what he actually does. It's not what he runs, I promise you all. It looks very weird. I will actually take time to load in the cameras also. Did not even do that, but the cameras are now loaded in. Yeah, it looks like most of them are loaded in, just having issues with the 83, 29. Those guys, it's taking it a while to download their paints for some odd reason. It may load in here just randomly out of nowhere. I don't know why some of these guys loaded faster than the others. It's kind of a curious thing to me. I don't know why it did, but it did evidently for them. These guys are going to want to stay in the draft. You get out of the draft, and the race is pretty much over. The 7 new big ones probably just kind of back to he's like, I'm just going to kind of stay in the draft here. Just kind of be with you most of the races. What his mindset is. We'll check. I don't know why this guy's paint scheme is not loading in. That is so weird that it just is not loading at all. It's really mind-boggling because, I mean, he doesn't run that paint scheme. I mean, you can see his wheels are changed, but his paint scheme is just not wanting to do anything. Like 58, trading paints must be having some sort of issue that's causing this. See, pretty much everybody's going to run that bottom lane. Bottom or top lane is what they're going to run mainly. Not really surprised by that either. We will see teammates if they can get together with each other and drafting most of the time together. It looks like he was late to join. They've had some weird issue at one point. Don't know what happened to him. It looks like he probably just gridded late. Maybe had a PC crash, something like that. That's one thing I think that could happen because he's already a lap down. So it looks like it probably did hold him in the pits. As he's not even a lap down. He's just 20 seconds behind. But he'll go a lap down in no time pretty much. Just from how he is right now. He's just so far back. It will be only a matter of time before a lap down happens for that man right there, sadly for him. See, some of the paint schemes are refreshing, so they're popping up now. 29 still isn't loading in. I'm not sure if some of these guys did change their paint schemes. I'm assuming that they did. I seriously do not know why some of these guys are not loading correctly. That's odd. That is very odd to me. I mean, it really is very, very odd. See him refreshing now, so it looks like trading paints is just having a little bit of an issue. You actually see it going through. There it goes finally. Sorry about that. I think it's where having to use that Wi-Fi just not being able to hold up to this. But the issue's fixed now. Luckily, these guys are actually running faster than what I normally see in some of these truck races. They're running about 48 highs, 48 mid for their laps. So they're running pretty good lap times currently. That 13 is going to lead that top lane. Get a really good shove from the 30, or not 30, the 20 behind him. Joey Okapin wasn't in the last race. He's in this race, though. Drivers are going to want to do their best to avoid the big one as you have somebody peeking. Looks like James Nelson sees that, and he's like, I do not want any part of this. I'm going to bail out and get way out of the way. Pretty much just kind of riding that bottom now. 27 is going to try to leave the outside. He's Clinton Sneed and Brian Knoll going to be helping him a little bit. Try to get that lane going also at the same time. Twenty stays glued to that 13's bumper as best as he can. Doesn't really get on the apron. I saw cars get upset on the apron. You've got to be careful with that bobbing and weaving they're doing every now and then. But luckily it hasn't reached out and gotten any of them just yet. Keyword is yet. Because it will eventually get somebody if it feels like it. Nothing can be done about it at that point, pretty much, sadly for them. That 13 is going to maybe lose that lead to 27. That middle lane is where it's always at these types of tracks. You do not want to be trying to run that bottom lane. It just doesn't seem to work. I don't know what it is. It just does not work at tracks like this. Clinton with a huge run off of 1 and 2, going to give the 27 a pretty good shot. That has put the 27 out front. I think he may want to probably stay in this middle lane. I think that's what he's realized. Now I'm expecting guys to probably come down pit road maybe around lap 30. That's 27, or whoever's leading is going to be burning more fuel, so they'll have to pit a little bit early than anybody and everyone else, sadly for them. Something about super speedways, you're running full throttle, and the guys behind you pretty much cracking the throttle, being able to run just a little bit less, but still be able to keep up with you. Looks like Clinton, he's kind of a little bit loose here. You kind of see his truck just kind of bobbling every now and then. It's not really major, but you can definitely see where it's wiggling all the time for him. He's not going to lead that top lane. It's 70 behind him. 27 sees that run coming, jumps back up in front of Clinton. If I were these guys, I'd honestly want to stay in that top lane that's running right now. I wouldn't want to go down to the bottom. I truly just would not want to do it. It's just, no, it's just something with that middle lane. It's just better than every other lane on the track, it seems. He's pretty even so far. You see New Biggins kind of back. He's like, yeah, I'm just gonna kind of ride in the back, get out of the mess if it does happen. He'll have a chance to slow it way down before he makes an incident, or before he gets in a wreck. If he sees it happen, he's gonna be the last guy to get into it. If he somehow does, I don't expect him to, because he'll be hard on the brakes to slow it down. Looks like he's pretty much stayed. He goes back down to the bottom now in front of the 13 of Jonathan Duncan. See what he does. Goes right back in front of Clinton. Sees that run that Clinton's getting. He's deciding I'm just going to go. Whichever lane has their run, I'm going to go with them. Clinton giving a little bit of a look outside. Maybe trying to get a little bit of fresh air. Overheating can be an issue if you're pushing, especially. That 20 hooked up with that 13 really got more of an arrow shove than anything. And Clinton's truck is wanting to step out on him a lot here. I'm not sure what that issue is, but yeah, I can see it just stepping out on him every now and then, and it gets really, really sideways. That bottom lane has now formed up, and they are going to go right by that. Well, I said that a little bit too soon. They're going to fight him just a little bit. That outside lane with only 2 trucks. You don't need a lot of trucks to be able to get something going up there, or really any vehicle back here. Next gen's Xfinity or trucks always seem to just have it kind of equal on this track. If you get somebody behind you in that top lane, you can really go somewhere. Seven's going to. Oh, they got the lap truck. That's the 88. 88's going to stay high. He should tuck in as soon as he can. He actually gets in the wall. He got pulled off the wall there. He's going to need to tuck in as quickly as possible. For this guy. Let me see what it was here. I gotta figure out this question. very quickly. That's been asked. That 13 is getting a really good shove from the 20. That 27, that 29, or 27, 29, 27 and 49. Been hanging tough though. They've not been really letting them go. About that, y'all. I'm having to talk to this guy really quickly at the same time. Being a college student, college life, ridiculous, not fun. Everybody's going to pretty much run that bottom lane. 29, try to get down to the bottom. Gap wasn't open there. He's going to tuck in behind the 75. Side draft to make you a little bit of contact there. Everybody running the bottom. Now this is kind of weird. This is what Super Speedway racing eventually amounts to. Everybody gets in the bottom and they just cruise. Literally, that is what happens at these tracks. Can be annoying, but it's how they go, really. Nothing can be done about that. Got some drivers rubbing some fenders here already, though, early on. That's only lap 16 of 60. 93 is going to get help from Doug Newbigin. 88 can be a factor here. He can help somebody out. I don't think the guys behind him will really mind it, as long as he doesn't wreck him. Now, if he wrecks him, it's a completely different story. You get wrecked by a lap vehicle, you are absolutely going to be furious about that. Absolutely furious. God, I'm weaving up there. I can see out of the corner of my screen. That 7's weaving a little bit. He's getting really close in that 70 or that 27's door. Really, really leaning on that side draft to get him slowed down as much as he can. Has to be careful not to bump him in the middle of the corner, though. I saw it happen so many times with how many Super Speedway races I call. You get a bump in the corner, and it can go wrong quick. The 13, I think he wants to bail out. I think, yeah, that is what his decision is going to be. Duncan sees this accident could happen. He's like, I don't want to be up here anymore. I don't blame him. Not a bad thing at all. He's got no lead. He's brought the 6 with him, though, however. 88 lap down to 6 will actually be the leader. Very nice paint scheme. Still, I do like that paint scheme a lot. I actually give them another paint refresh because I want to make sure that everybody's paint scheme is loaded in correctly, because it was giving me a little bit of a fit there. It looks like it's done it again, as it's now popping in. Okay, so everybody's paint scheme is correct. I do know that. It looks like 88's waiting to load in. Just a little bit here. All right, everybody's just fine now. I just want to make sure about that. You know, that 27 has a little bit more on their upper grabs. These repeats, that's money in his pocket. I know he's going to be having a little bit of a higher factor to win the race for sure. But it's early right now. Might as well not risk it. It's not worth it. It looks like the 6 got a bump in the trial. You saw him kind of shoot down to the bottom. Only thing I can think of that would happen to cause him to be down that low, because I don't think a driver would volunteer to be down that low on the track at all. That would be kind of odd if they would. 7 looks like he might be bailing out. These guys must be seeing something that they don't fully like yet. I'm really not blaming them. And they see how hard they're pushing. They're like, I don't like this at all. A little bit to look at what some of these cameras are. I haven't really looked at the drone cameras. That's an interesting camera. It doesn't really work well at this track, however, though. So that one will be used for another track. Maybe like, maybe. I don't know. I'll have to see what I can use that for. The driver's still pretty calm. Pit stops 10 to 13 laps, I'd say. They could split it right down the middle of what they're doing. See three teammates, 31, 29, and the 20. They'll probably let each other in if they do need a spot in line. It'd be the teammate thing to do. Some people don't like to be teammates, however, though. Yeah, I think it's one big line of cars. The Clinton, he's going to have to probably tuck in when he gets a chance. I don't think he really wants to be outside like this. If we get behind the 40, we'll be the closest truck. Running side by side, just only slow each other down. Curtin, looks like he's chasing Clinton up to really get to his quarter panel. You know, I don't know. I think that if I was them, I'd just honestly just get in line. Just run one big line, save this for the rest of the race. 70, he's going to try to drop a considerable amount, so he's going to duck behind the 20. I'm not sure if he got moved or something. Wouldn't assume, but for these guys going these pit stops in a couple laps, I'm going to pit some commercials here. back drivers pretty calm. We did have a lead change, though. Clinton Snead has gotten his top lane going with a 27.93. It was really Clinton 27 that were really doing it for the longest time. 93 hopped up, saw the success they were making up there and decided, I want to get a piece of this. You get a pretty good shove from 27 here too, so that 92 is kind of looking on, but that not 29 just gave the 88 a huge shove. The 88 is not on the lead lap, however, he is a lap truck. So I don't think that the 29 is mad about being behind the 88. Of course, he is saving a little bit more fuel. Doing this, he's not having to run flat out if he was the leader, per se. Some guys are hanging out in the back. And I don't blame him for doing that. This would kind of be me-ish. I kind of want to be towards the front more than anything, but you know, if you're towards the back, you can avoid any catastrophes that happen because it's a super speedway. Wrecks are going to happen. All in a close quarter. One bump, and you all go around. It can go incredibly wrong. Clinton's still trying to make that top line work, and he's making it work with that 27. That 27 is just staying glued to his bumper. He does need a 93 to be just a little bit closer to him to get a little bit of a better draft from it. And as far back as they are, it'll be a little bit hard, but looking at real world NASCAR news, the 41 of Cole Custer has been penalized. Let me look at what it was that he was penalized. I know he got penalized a lot of money. 50 driver points, 50 owner points, and the 41 crew chief has been indefinitely suspended for what happened at Charlotte Roval. Cole Custer is fined $100,000, and the former crew chief, Mike Shiplett, $100,000 also suspended indefinitely. Mentioned. Whole reason that happened was because, from my understanding, was that Cole, in the matter of 2 laps on the restart, what had happened was he had dropped many positions oddly for some weird reason, and then when he got around the 14, he magically had a tire that could have been going flat, really checked up the guys behind him, allowed Chase to get the 2 positions and advance him into the round of 8, knocked Larson out, so that took away my reason to go to Martinsville. Not going there now, but a penalty was issued. There's actually audio of the spotter saying he got a flat tire, just flew it out, which is just incredibly odd timing that happened. That's the reason that penalty was given. Thought they were going to do it. They did with Jeff Gordon 1 year. Jeff Gordon wasn't my driver too, where the race was manipulated at Richmond, and Jeff was actually put into the Sprint Cup playoffs that year because Clinton Boyer spun, brought the caution. I believe Jeff Gordon was going to make it in. He didn't, and then he was added as the 16th driver that year because they felt like he had been cheated out of that spot. There were a lot of fines in that, so doing that is not unheard of, and NASCAR drivers have done it before. Drivers about halfway, so I don't. Their fuel, I think that are 2 to 3 laps, so they'll have to be coming down pit road. There will be no option for them to do that, or for them to stay out pretty much. They're going to have to do it eventually. As that was weird, it was vibrating in my hand. That 70 is going to try that top lane. Also, the 7 is going to come with him, so is a 40 of Doug DeNice. Guys are going to give it their best shot, that's for sure. Not just going to lay down and let him have the lead. Too close to that, so I'm going to move away from it just a hair. 7's got to be careful. 7, he looks like he was trying to go to the bottom, and I think Doug knew some about wrecked him. He could have been turned, and head first in the wall he goes. And that would have been a very, very mad driver. The super speedways are pretty much the heartbreaker track. But here they go down pit road. Pits have started. Oh, drivers getting in there deep. Looks like they all get in there pretty clean. However, the big group comes down. Only 3 drivers stayed out. These guys will have to come down incredibly fast. If they do not, this will not be good for them at all. This will be horrible. And we got a wreck on pit road. The 31 is spun around. Matthew Ayla. Driver's trying to get into their pit stall. Then he misses his pit. That has pretty much ended his race, it seems. Not sure. I think he might be not even in his pit stall. Yeah, yes, he just toes to his pit box. That is pretty much going to end his race, though. Got some drivers. I'm going to spin off, coming off pit. That was a 29. Got incredibly loose. We got drivers about wrecking, coming off. But you have some. Oh, what is going on here? I don't even know what's happening half the time. I really don't. These guys have the guys that stayed out came down pit road, also for fuel. We'll see will they merge. Matthew's probably not too happy with that. Got turned, then misses pit box, and it's pretty much from that point on, your race is over. Drivers trying to get all they can getting off pit road is what I've noticed, though. They're really spinning their tires trying to get off. Looks like these guys will not really blow by them, though. They'll have to catch them. It'll be a little bit close in the merge for sure. Yeah, I think they might actually merge equal with them, it seems. 29, 93, 88, sixths. And these guys actually maintained the lead with the 27 and the 49. Just absolutely hooked up, and they were going. They pitted actually lap 33 also. These guys just got together, and they're like, you know, we're just going to ride, really stay glued to each other. Now the 49 will be hurt a little bit here because they don't have anybody behind him. Giving him a shove. You want really 3 cars with you. It's incredibly hard when you're the only car. You just cannot get any help from behind, it seems. It's just very, very difficult for them. While these guys are going at it, I need to go check something very quickly for you. Also, I will let this camera decide where we go. Sorry about that, y'all. Hopefully I didn't miss too much. Father got home, I had to ask a question for one of the students. 70 is not going to get help from 7. I think this is really going to be a battle of who's going to get in what lane. That's really what's going to come down to. Who is going to... Oh, my gosh. We had guys running 47s. That must have been catching the draft because the fastest laps have been like... Oh, they've been 48 lows, so... I can see where those times are coming from now. If I were these guys, it's 22 laps in. I think it might be a little bit too early for this as Newbegin gets really loose. That whole truck just stepped out on him out of nowhere. Not want anything to do with him. We do. We got these guys kind of running alone. These guys that have instance coming off the pit road. Hockenmeyer's still a lap down. Ayla is in the pit, so he's pretty much called it a race. As once you get behind these tracks, the only thing you can hope for is a caution. Really, that's honestly the only thing that can happen that can benefit you. The one drawback to super speedways is that, exactly. That is the one drawback. That is one thing that drives me absolutely insane. That 70 and that 7, pretty good working together so far currently. Seven 49, 49, 88. All these guys, yeah, I mean, they have fuel to the end. They are good to the end. They've probably about 3 laps to the best, to the good. So they're going to be running full speed. Nobody's going to really lift them unless you're the guy behind. You don't want to absolutely plow them. 70 looks like he gets a little bit of a shove from the 7. I don't think he really wanted to go down there, but he was kind of not necessarily forced down there, but kind of had to go down there. That was his only choice at that point. Seven's falling back just a little bit. I think that he may be laying back trying to get a run. However, he wants to get to the bumper that 40 just so he can get a good shove by. We will go on board with, let's do 6 drivers here for 1 lap. As actually, I will wait now. The 27 is going to get put 3 wide. I have absolutely, oh, they actually, Clinton goes to help him. So they're 3 wide here for 3rd currently. These guys are going at it. Got to be very steady with the wheel. Any sudden movements, and you're going to take out the guy above you. That will make for 1 mad person. 1 mad man will be had. As that 6 looks like he's trying to get behind Clinton. He's thinking about it. He does get behind him now. So we got 3 lines. The 7 has the 40 with him. The 27 has the 49 and 6. The 70 has the 29 and the 88 with him. Very top line. Looks like it kind of loses a lot of momentum there. The 7's going to be all alone. Excuse me there. I don't know. You got guys swapping lanes here. It's kind of odd to me because at this point, I'd be trying to run one single lane around lap 5, I think, when a lot of stuff is going to pick up. But it seems like they calm down for now. So when they get to the start-finish line again, as the 27 throws a block, he's going to be put 3 wide again. Clinton bails out of that. That 70 goes from the bottom to the top. The 88 makes a wiggle hitting that 29 so hard. 29 goes down into the path of 27 to pick up his draft. We go on board with one driver, or 6 drivers for 1 lap. Here, I'll get that set up. We will do that now. Hopefully I counted that number right. I think I may have went over 1 lap, but 9 laps to go. Drivers are really moving around now. The 29's going to be put in the middle. The 70, the 7 going to go by on the inside. Will anybody go with the 29? Nobody will go with him. Actually, 20 looks like he hops down. He'll be able to pick up the draft just a little bit. 93 will go middle. They'll leave the 6 out to dry pretty much. The 49 will be coming behind and picking him up, however. Ron Knoll goes to the lead. Doug Newbigin, who hung around in the back of the pack the first half of the race, he's found his way up here, really just playing the game of, I'm going to kind of stay here. You guys can go do what you want, which is not a bad option most of the time. I've seen a lot of drivers do that, and it seems to work every now and then. The 7, oh, I don't know what that was about. I'm not sure if he got a bump there, if he just got on the apron, because he got really loose. I know he got on the apron, but I'm not sure what happened there. He is really weaving. He's having an issue here for some odd reason. 88 is all over his bumper. The 88, we got guys checking up. We got a wreck now. The 40's turned around. So is the 7 involved in that. The 88 is. 88's going to make some hard contact with the wall. Actually, he saves it. Saw a lot of guys checking up. I don't know what that was about. See, so let's start with the 99. It looks like the 40 up ahead. Something happens with him. Doug denies. See what happens here. In the middle lane, tries to get down in front of the 7. 7 just wasn't clearing in front of the 7. 7 gets into it. So does the 88. Looks like who else got a little bit down? I think it was Clinton in the wall. Clinton, nope, that looks like the 29 may have gotten a little bit of. Yeah, he got some damage from that also. New wreck was eventually going to happen, however. That's how this Super Speedway racing goes. Don't think the 88 will get a wave around, however, sadly for him. I don't expect anybody to come into pit road, because this will help their fuel if they were a tad close. Everybody should. Keyword is should be staying out at this point. And said they very well could come down pit road just for tires. I wouldn't give up the track position if I were them, however. See who goes down pit road. Okay, this is surprising. We have these guys come down pit road. I'm not sure why they would. Joseph, he'll stay out. Don't think that this is a bad call from Joseph staying out. He's gonna have fuel. He could have wanted tires, possibly. Or not tires. He could have wanted the. If he went down pit road, he might have wanted the tires that can just help him from stop wanting to get loose coming out of the corner. That's one thing I have noticed with them is if you get tires in your trucks loose out of the corner, that seems to fix it because that right rear gets just barely hot. Barely hot. Doesn't get super hot, but it's hot enough to where you'll eventually start to notice it. These guys are going around on these pace laps. Oh, roll some ads. All right, they will be going green next time by the 93 of Joseph Plager. Will lead him to green. The 13 will be on the outside of him. Clinton has a chance to win. The 70 has a chance to win. Really, everybody has a chance to win, it seems. Super Speedway, your hopes can be smashed in the matter of seconds. What happens is, you hear those rear tires lift off, and you're like, oh no, that is not good. There's nothing you can do at that point, pretty much. Hopes and dreams got out the window almost for these guys, sadly. What in the world is this? Okay, that's weird. But green flag is going to be in the air here at Daytona. We are back underway. 5 laps left. Plager gets a good restart. Don't want to get out too far, though. Clinton does come with him. See who goes top, who goes bottom. These guys are kind of boxed in at this point. Maybe just a battle of who can shove. Jonathan Duncan, the newcomer, he's going to try to take a win from these guys. Show him that he has what it has here. That's what it has here. That's good English, me. Great job. Has what it takes here in the Sim Race Rub Challenge. Drivers, I think they'll get lap or three to go. I think they'll start making some more moves. I see a lot of guys start to move around. I think right now what they're really trying to do more than anything is just shove as hard as possible, really. I'm saying, man, just stay glued to me. Give me all the shoves that you can. Everybody left flag, or pretty much you're going to go to that. Nope, Clinton just blinked out there. 70 to 13, go to the bottom of the 13. Oh, that 70 let the 13 in. He let him in. He might regret making that decision if somebody's that late to get down to the bottom. If that was me, I probably would not have let them in, but he decides to be kind and not leave that man out to dry. Stuff here, but that 13 is going to get a shove from the 70. The 83 is getting a shove from the 7. Newbigin's looking to rebound. Where's the 27? 27 has a lot right on the line. If he repeats, he gets a good amount of money here. It's going to be 2 laps to go when they come to the start-finish line here at Daytona. 83 still in the lead. The 7's going to give him a good shove. The 13's going to hope that the 70 can give him a shove. They're 3 wide now. The 27's making his move. They're going to put him 4 wide. Nope, still 3 wide. 27 has absolutely no help, but he is forcing his way up through his pack. Surprised nobody's going with him. He might go up to the front himself. Now they're 3 wide. The 29's jump down with him. So is a 20. They see what he's doing. Out of nowhere, this man shot out of a cannon. Pretty much the last person in line. The 13's going to try to throw a block. These guys go with him on the outside lane, though. 3 wide here. We got drivers bouncing off each other. The 83 and the 20 are making contact. 27 probably doesn't want to be seen in his mirror, though. He's going to go down to that middle lane. See that these guys have the momentum. The 13's going to give him a little bit of shove. Get him moving. That's going to turn the 83. And this is going to be a huge wreck. Takes out almost everybody in the field, it seems. Back and see what happened here. Looks like they were actually wrecking behind already. 27. Looks like the 13 kind of bails out of the throttle. And then from there on out, it is on. He hits the 27. Gets the 27, move up the track, then goes down into the 93. And then the 83 right there wrecking also. So these guys were wrecking everywhere. Hard contact for those drivers. Some guys in the air. The 93's in the air. The 13's in the air. The 29's on his side. That was literally the whole entire field. I don't think a single driver made it through that wreck. Newbigin has a pancake side. You see the 93 coming to rest. Every single driver has damage but the 70 of Brian Knoll. Are you kidding me? He's the only person who does not have damage from that incident. Oh my gosh. Some guys jumped to pits also. So their race is pretty much over. What in the world just happened? Okay, I am, what? I am confusion. What just happened? we're bringing the race leader in the 70 of Brian Knoll if he isn't in here. Hey Brian, this is Bryce's booth. Got a copy, man? I believe he might not have his push to talk enabled. That's one thing that it wants to do, so might have to drag him out of here. Don't want to make him take time for that, so I'll leave him be, put him back in his room. Sounds like a parent is being. I'll put him back in his room. What in the world? Can't get any interviews from any drivers, so there's just be a little bit of quiet time for y'all to calm down here. Very confused. I just got the most random text from my classmates. I don't know what in the world that was about. I don't know. What is this about? What in the world is this man talking about? I don't know what he's talking about at all currently. This is really weird. Okay. Stops, try right, twist the dirt, stop. Yep. Okay. What is this man talking about? I didn't even check. I'm going to wait till this is over to check because I don't know what he's texting me about. There is 5 drivers in this race. There are 5 people in this race left. Oh, gosh, he's kind of with the head of steam. The 70, it looks like he's the only guy without any true damage. The 7 has some right side damage. That's going to hurt him. So I think the 70 overall, he just has too much of an aero advantage. I mean, he really does. I think this is his race to lose. The 7 has a little bit of a dent in his right fender, not a lot, but it is there. So it'll be hurting him just a little bit more than other drivers will be. But who knows? I mean, maybe he can win. One thing that I do think that if the 70 and the 7, they'll probably kind of get far out from this lead. 77, 88. Now here comes what is going on? The 88 here. Oh, they make contact. They keep it going though. The 88, a lap down when this race started. He has a chance to win. What is going on in this race? There's no, if Brian Knoll, if this man, no, there's no, no. Are you kidding me? The 88, he is looking for a spot. Oh my gosh, that man is searching around on that 70s bumper. Now, no, he can be left to dry here. If they go around this dude, he's got no help. He's blocking for his life now. He's throwing a block. And the 88, the 88 gets turned now. Down to the inside wall he goes. He's going to smack. Oh, that's a hard contact for him. The 70 is still out in the lead, though. The 7 behind him. Newbigin's coming for revenge. Last race did not go the way that he wanted it to. He has some damage. That 70 is going to be watching his mirror, looking where the 7 goes. Now, if these two wreck, the 83 could win this. Of 3 and 4 to 7, I think the damage is just going to be too much for him. Coming down to the line, it is going to be the 70 of Brian Knoll, and probably one of the weirdest races I think I have ever saw. What was that? Watch him do his burnout here. Oh, there he goes. Does his burnout, gets out of the car immediately. We pull up the race results here, and we'll bring in the top 3 drivers. Drag Stu in here. On Discord. This is the right Discord now. Hey, Stu, this is Bryson's booth. Got a copy, man?
Hey, Bryce. Yeah, I got you.
Okay, so that was probably one of the weirdest Daytona races I saw. Literally 5 guys pretty much finished the race. Describe to me what was going through your head, when that wreck happened, and then the last 2 laps, knowing that you had that you still had a shot to win here.
Yeah, so basically, I mean, I was just riding out the race in the back. I haven't had that much good luck come my way in some of these Super Speedway races by trying to battle it up at the front. So I went into this race and I was just going to hang out at the back and wait until the end. And, the first, I don't even know how many, it was 60 lap race, the first 50, like 6 laps or so, were pretty straightforward and simple, clean, and then yeah, things started to get a little bit hectic there towards the end. Managed to avoid, I think there was a wreck. There was the first wreck, managed to avoid that one. And the second one, I haven't had a chance to go back and look at the replay. All I knew is I was up top, and next thing I knew, I was going sideways. So fortunately, didn't really come away with that much damage out of it, and was able to just pit under the yellow and get that fixed up for setting up for that green-white checkered. And I guess there was only probably 4 of us or so that really had trucks that could actually contend for the win. I was there with my teammate Zach, and unfortunately there, I was just looking at the replay. It looks like on that last lap wasn't quite clear when he came back down, and unfortunately that took him out of it and broke a little bit of the momentum. So I couldn't really mount much of a charge there at the end, but happy to survive one of these things and come away with another podium tonight.
All right, man, before I let you go, is anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching today or today's streams?
Yeah, I'll just shout out Off in the S's again. It's IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship podcast. If you're into IMSA, then definitely go check them out.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you go. Good third place finish getting through a lot of corners, though, man.
Yeah, thanks, Bryce. Have a good one.
That was Stu Leslie, the third place driver. We'll bring in the second place driver and Doug Newbiggin. Hey, Doug, this is Bryson's booth. Got a copy, man?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, so that was probably one of the weirdest Daytona finishes. Describe to me what you were thinking when that wreck happened, and then still knowing that you had a chance with the truck that you had late in the race with 2 laps to go.
Yeah, the last wreck, well, I noticed they were doing stupid stuff. Whoever I was pushing out front didn't block Gabe, and I just got hung out to dry on the top there, and I just dropped back, and I was like, you know what? Saw him getting crazier, bumping and bang, and didn't trust it at all. And I was like, drop to the back, and pretty much timed it perfectly when all the crap started happening. So worked out in my favor there. But yeah, I mean, me and Brian we had a plan. He wasn't damaged at all, and I had a 30 seconds from one of the first big ones that happened. So yeah, I just fixed it. I had that all fixed up, but I was still a little hurt, but not too much. But yeah, we were coming down to it, and freaking I think one of the turns freaking I got neck coated into kind of, and it ruined my whole right rear. And of course, that's what made it so I couldn't actually get back up and push Brian at all. So I couldn't even pass what I wanted to there at the end. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of worked out.
Yeah, man, definitely a crazy, crazy finish. But before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching tonight's stream?
Yeah, man. Rosa Gems Coffee. Use code Lucky Ducks, one word, for 15% off. Great deal, let me tell you. JC Concepts, if you want RC equipment stuff, RC, that's what it is. Yeah, RC stuff. JCconcepts.com. Simrat Market, beautiful paint, base scheme, and shade designs. Sim Racer Hub, putting us on. Gabe Clinton for also, being admins for this. Anthony Tubber being Thruber, being race control. Ghost Racers Network for broadcasting this, and yeah, it's pretty good.
Hey, man, well, I'll let you go. Good second place finish tonight, considering all that what happened there.
Yeah, man, dude, I'm still mad about Texas, though. I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean,
I don't blame you, man. But good job tonight, though.
yeah, thank you very much. Hopefully, this could heal some of the points I lost tonight. Didn't, but hopefully.
All right, man. Good job, though. That was Douglas Newbigin, the second place driver. We'll bring in the race winner and Brian Knoll. Hey, Brian, this is Bryson's booth. Got a copy, man?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, so that was probably one of the weirdest Daytona races I saw. Describe what was going through your head when you got through that wreck and then having that final restart.
I mean, it was just pretty crazy to see the whole field wreck behind me and to know that for once, usually I'm in that wreck, so it was nice to change that around this time. I know I was in that wreck at Talladega, so I just tried to really be more aggressive this race and just try and lead as many laps as I could and stay out front and try and get ahead of it. So I guess I could say I was really surprised, really really happy to be ahead of it.
Yeah, man, when I saw everybody wreck, I was like, well, this is Brian's race to lose it. Wasn't surprised when you won, but before I let you go, is anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching tonight's streams?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my mom, my girlfriend for watching. I know they're out in the living room right now. I'd also like to thank Roasted Gems Coffee. Use code Lucky Ducks for a discount. And John for giving me the opportunity to run this. I mean, I've never really thought I was gonna win a race, being this my first league, and I just wanted to go out there and give it my all, and it's rewarding to see that my efforts have been rewarded, I guess. Sorry to use rewarded twice, I guess.
Man, you're good. Don't worry about that, man. But good job, dude. I knew you were gonna win that race, but once that happened, but I will let you go. But good job on winning the race tonight, man.
Thank you.
And that was the race winner, Brian Knoll. I will go over the finishing order here. Brian Knoll first. Yeah, rip everybody. Literally, Plager, you were correct. Brian Knoll first, Doug Newbiggin second, Stu Leslie third, Clinton Sneed fourth, Gabriel Ellison fifth, Jeff Mathis 6th, Zachary Hockenmeyer 7th, Jonathan Duncan 8th, Michael Groen Jr. 9th, Joey Okapen 10th, Joseph Plager 11th, 12th, James Nelson 13th, Doug Nice 14th, Matthew Ayla. Race control is the last person, so we do not count that as a driver, but crazy race. Insane finish for sure, but if y'all are busy tomorrow, if you don't mind watching the Ghost League race, they'll be racing. I'm not sure what the racing app. Look at that later, but hopefully y'all have a good night. Hopefully I will see you all tomorrow. I've got to hop off and do some schoolwork, so I won't even roll ad. I'm just going to go to a blank screen here.